Hello, my name is RufinoHufana, and for ACF211, I will be talking about poverty porn in the Filipino film industry. Now, you may be wondering what poverty porn is, and for those of you who have never heard the term, poverty porn is a voyeuristic act that captures stories of humans in critical, vulnerable, and deeply personal moments to be consumed by the media or audience. The issue behind poverty porn is that on an ethical standpoint, it creates stereotypes of people in poverty which are not necessarily true. The scenes depicted in these films are often exaggerated and extreme cases of poverty, usually having to adjust to the genres the films can be categorized under, such as drama, thriller, and action. However, not all poverty-themed films are entirely fictional. Films such as On the Job by Eric Mati and co-written by Michiko Yamamoto are based on real-life scandals wherein prisoners are used by members of Congress to carry out hitman missions to be rewarded with the lessening of their prison sentences. However, films like Slumdog Millionaire, Ma Rosa, and Kinetay are criticized to be some examples of poverty porn, as it invokes empathy amongst the audience with exaggerated stories, which showcase the protagonist struggling through poverty-related hardships. However, not all films about poverty are about hardships, though. Taking a quote from the Filipino film director Brillante Mendoza on his film Kinetay, he states that in his film, poverty is just a background. It's not what I highlight in my films. Although it is thanks to some of these films that the Filipino film industry has been recognized at an international level, participating and winning awards in the Berlin Film Festival and Cannes Film Festival. The popularity of local film festivals has also increased, such as Cinemalaya Independent and Cinemalaya International Film Festivals. Brillante Mendoza's film Ma Rosa, a film depicting drug abuse, police corruption, and surviving the slums in Manila, has also acquired relevance. Drugs and corruption can be said to be something of a norm in Manila, although since the third administration, it is said that crackdowns have happened, and to some degree it can be considered that the amount of drug pushes have also lessened, although it is not without casualties. Brillante Mendoza's film Ma Rosa, a film depicting drug abuse, police corruption, and surviving the slums in Manila, has also acquired relevance in these times. Drug abuse and corruption can be said to be something of a norm in Manila, although since the third administration started on June 30, 2016, crackdowns have happened in the police department and on drug pushers. To some degree, it could be said that the amount of drug pushers have lessened, although not without casualties, and that the amount of corrupt officials has been lessened. Mendoza's film brings light to the dark side of reality of families who suffer from the rampant substance abuse and those whose family members have been killed by corrupt police officials and gang members due to selling illegal substances. These are families who have to make ends meet by selling drugs and suffer the consequences. These types of films also give the audience an idea as to how a third world country may function, showcasing the reality of the wage gap difference. Although poverty is something that is rampant to this day in the Philippines, it does not make up the entirety of Philippines and its people. Quoting Lisa Dino, FDCP chairperson, she says that we're not saying that this is not the reality, but we're not saying that this is not the only reality. We should not stop offering and presenting different kinds of the Philippines. On an international standpoint, poverty porn presents a lot of issues, sometimes not necessarily helping those who are in poverty. However, to learn from such experiences can be a step in assisting those who are in need to bring them back to their feet and become self-sustainable, such as the refugees and asylum seekers in Australia. Understanding the public attitudes is one such way of paving the way and creating unity among the people, especially those who seek to improve the well-being of those who are not as fortunate.